Alright, so today I'm going to do a quick video on cleaning up NES carts. I've got a lot of people always ask me when they come in and they see, this is the back side of my collection, but they see the NES carts up here and they see how clean they've gotten, and they're like, hey, how do you clean them that well? And I'm just going to do a quick video on that. A lot of you guys have done this 1,000 times. It's not going to be new to any of you guys who actually collect for a living. But for those of you who are new to it, it's always good to have a good video. So, for example, picked this up today. Got a whole stack of them that I picked up today, along with a Game Boy Advanced that I picked up today. So, I started cleaning them because I love putting on something. I love turning on all my games and stuff, and have my my game room all set up to go and sit here and clean, or I'll put something on YouTube. But today I'm just listening to music while I make this video. Anyway, you want to start by cleaning the outside. You're going to need two different types of alcohol. For the plastic side of things, you're going to use that 70% isopropyl alcohol. For the inside, the board itself, 91%, 90 to 91% is the best way to go. So, on the outside, a lot of times you're going to see, because let's be real, 80s kids, 90s kids, we wanted to make sure our names were on our carts because we did not want them to get taken or left at a friend's house and assumed that it was theirs and so on. So, the best way to get someone's name off of a cart is one of these bad boys. Just a magic eraser. Be careful. Don't scrub too hard on these. It will take that finish off of an NES cartridge, so you got to be real cautious with that. Been slowly working on this one. This guy, his name was Thompson. You can kind of see it still a little bit there. I've been slowly getting his off here, and then he had it across the Muppet Adventures here on the label itself, which I was like, oh, I hate when people do that. So, but again, just a little dampness on the back of this, slightly rubbing the label with it. Try not to scrub too hard because you'll definitely rip that label off. It will get that little bit of a marker off the front. But I'm going to have to do some work on this to get the rest of that up. But anyway, then I always start by, after I clean the plastic on the outside, run through all the grooves, everything, I always double check the actual board, and I run a Q-tip across the pins. Now this is just a clean Q-tip, but for example, this one I've already started working on. The first Q-tip I ran through, you can see, oh, that looks gross. We knew right away, or I knew right away, that this was going to be pretty gross. So my next step is always flip this bad boy over and use my handy dandy toolkit. You're going to need a certain type of bit set to take apart NES consoles and stuff like that, or NES carts, and that's because they have these security screws on them. I'll show you right here, these little security screws, and this bit set, the 3.8 millimeter, will be the way to go to get that. I ordered this set off of the internet. It's awesome. It's got picks and brushes and tweezers and everything in it. Totally suggest you get one of these if you plan on collecting, because you need to clean these bad boys every time you get one. Anyways, once you take them off, there's two clips at the top. One there, one there. They'll just pull right out. When you do, I always lay mine down. I luckily am using my poker table here to clean, and that allows me to have cup holders and stuff to hold screws, and I got my isopropyl alcohol over here. I usually put my Q-tips next to it, and so on. So, anyways, I would suggest that you get a little place to work and take the cart apart, and you're going to see that there's a whole lot of cart, not a whole lot of board. It's a whole display thing. You're also going to notice that some carts are 3 screws. You see the 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to see some, like this elevator action, is 5 screw. 5 screw just means it was an earlier game. It's in the early life of the NES. A lot of times it will be worth more money, so pay attention to that, because your value will definitely go up, and in some instances for 5 screws. But anyway, then you can just grab this board, pops right off. You can look at each side, and I suggest immediately taking that 91% isopropyl alcohol to the pins. I think I said 91% on the outside, and that's wrong. Don't do that. On the outside, you want to use 70%. On the pins, 91% is the way to go. Anyway, you can see that I've already started working on this, and that's what made me want to do this video. And this is the progression that we've had. This was when I first checked it before I pulled it apart, and I was like, ooh, this one's kind of gross. Then it became this after I pulled it apart, and as you can see, that is disgusting. Here, I'll see if I can zoom in on it better. Maybe. Let's see if I can get it to work. Oh no. Well, either way, it's pretty gross. And I'm sure you can see it there. And then I flipped it over and I cleaned again. And then I got to this point where it's starting to pretty much come out completely clean. And then that's when I know it's pretty well done. A lot of times that will solve any problems that you're having with NES carts not working. A lot of times also you'll see that stuff's not working because of the actual console itself. Back when we were blowing on carts and doing stuff we weren't supposed to do to them, right there, a lot of the problems was either dirty pins or the dock on the inside of the NES or the pins. But 90% of the time, I would say, when I clean a cart that doesn't work, it ends up working after I'm done. You can also, if the pins are really, really bad, really, really dirty, you can do this. I don't suggest it, but you can take Brasso and just kind of lightly go across it. Do not scrub. It will mess everything up. So just a little bit, shine up those pins, and then quickly clean it up with a little bit of alcohol and wipe it away, and it will come out looking pretty good as well. I always just kind of like run over the pins and everything as well with a little bit of alcohol and a Q-tip. And then I put them back together. Super easy to put back together. Put that there. I'll try to do it one-handed to show you how easy it really is. I'll put this up here. Move that Q-tip out of the way. Those clips, you can see those holes right here and here. That's where those clips right there will go. Also, I would recommend that you clean the edges of the inside as well. Because, let's be real guys, we're gamers and we're not always, when we were kids anyway, we were not always paying attention to how dirty our hands were as kids. And there's some disgusting grime in some of these. Anyways, put it back together. Take your screws. I always set them in there. Get them ready to go. Take your security bit. Place it down in there. And just screw it away. And it will tighten down. You'll know when it's ready to stop. So you start feeling that resistance right there. It's pretty good. Don't go over too tight. You will crack plastic. I've never done it, but I just assume that anything plastic, if you over tighten it, you're risking it. So, and then once you tighten them down, there we go. I always do another quick run around the outside with it. Make sure everything's nice and clean. And in this case, for example, I'm going to run this one again on the outside to try to get the rest of that Thompson off. Take a little bit more alcohol. And then maybe run it again with a little bit of the Magic Eraser. Again, don't want to scrub too hard with these because they will take that finish off. You can kind of see that rough finish on the NES carts. It will rub those off completely. So be careful. You want to keep it as authentic as possible. Otherwise, guys, I mean, I've got a whole stack here I'm going to clean. I picked up today from Gamers Bazaar, my local game store. Shout out to Kev, love the store. If you're ever here in the St. Louis area and you go south towards Farmington, he's got a store in Farmington, Missouri. Very good store. I mean, almost the vast majority of my collection here is from his store. Got, by the way, a new shelf for the PS5 over there. It's green with some new LED lights running on the inside, some vents. I'll do a video on that later. Anyway, but most of my stuff around here is all from Kev's store. Gamers Bazaar, again, shout out. And then those are the back sides of all of my NES games I just recently started trying to collect. NES. I'm trying to go for the whole North American set since it seems to be the new hotness right now, and I'm going to try to jump on board as well. And then I picked up this bad boy because it's one of the only Game Boys I lack on my collection up there, so I picked that up today as well. Either way, cleaning carts, sometimes it's fun just to turn things on and you watch a video or turn on some music and just pop these things apart and clean up, and when you're done, they look really pretty. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, this thing was gross when I first got it, but it is getting better by the minute, and all of these will eventually look almost as new as possible when I'm all done with them. So, alright, until next time.